Something's depressed. We
Understood.
Leave. I was going to say, there it is. There's his other giveaways. Okie dokie. It's hump day.
It's clobbering time.
Yeah, something like that.
For those that aren't quite on the set.
Coming right up. Here it is. Quiet on the set, boys and girls.
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And no other frickin' better place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are. Two idiots who misinterpret the news so you don't have to. The dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another exciting edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack. We interpret we're out of the Avatar news, so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours, because they deserve. Giveaways are open. If you are a Shroud player, you need to go to twitch.tv/Cynicist and twitch.tv/NBNN News and bang bundle me to get in on that streamer bundle giveaway. if you are here looking for Steam key giveaways, you need to go over to Laz's side, twitch.tv/NBNN News, and bang. I love free shit. Then come over to my side, twitch.tv/Synesist, and bang the bootay. As we're doing.
But, by the way, is Bang the Bootay working for anybody? Anybody?
Oh,
Yep.
connect.
No.
The Twitch bot disconnected. Now do the bang the bootay. Thanks for noticing that, Lomir.
Yeah, Lomir's got to make sure he's in on his prizes. That is for sure.
So that way you can be like, I don't want that game.
Yeah, absolutely. But welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Hump Day, Wednesday, April 8th, 2026, here inside and outside Tragedy Avatar. Thank you, Hemnu, for the raid, with a big party today of 7 people. And welcome everybody joining us from Hemnu's stream. I hope you enjoyed morning coffee this morning. And as always, I hope you enjoy lunch with Laz and Jack here every day when you tune in,
Yes.
because we do appreciate you all. But let's start the day out today. As when we last saw you guys and gals, we were talking about what was it we were talking about? Oh yes, the Tamers problem, and we showed you all a video of
Oh, yeah.
the who is the original person talking about that. I got to go back and look at it again now because I forgot to leave that one open.
That was.
To be
Zealot.
fair, Eastridge Gap is
Zealot.
not a very good demonstration place.
Yeah. Eastridge Gap is a horrible place to demonstrate that because of the tornadoes that teleport people.
Yeah, well,
No, it's just
again,
not full enough to cook. You know, it's mainly that the Tamers weren't using up any focus or taking any hits. Or take them to bleeding airship, and they'll use some focus and they'll take some hit.
right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we've got it. Was it Zealot? Let me look over
Well,
here.
I mean, it was Zealot Gaming, Zealot Games. So I'm going to go with.
Well, actually, I think it was
Yes, it was
Croc's
Zealot.
video, but Zealot was
Yeah, it was Boom
using
Shakalaka's
that.
video, but Zealot was using it.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I got a sort of complaint. How you doing, Janzik? Welcome, and Hemnu,
Hi, guys.
welcome.
You got a complaint?
Yes, where our first video comes from Aeolus, and his comment was,
yes.
but I didn't give you the comment because this was funny, so I'm going to read it as we queue up.
He may have sent me the exact same comment.
Yeah, I'm going to read it while we queue up the video here. And I'm going to go full screen with this as you get and notice Zealot's health, though you can't see that in full screen, can you? Okay.
No, I mean, you have to look, and it's like,
okay.
now
Now
you
guys can see it. He's got all these buffs, even more so than Boom Shakalaka, apparently.
Four dragons.
Not as many as I
have. And his comment was, "Oh, was that poor baby complaining about the control point doing no damage? That's because of pets. Let's see what happens when 4 dragons attack my melee character." And whenever you're ready, let's click the start button on that, count it in, and watch the health.
3, 2, 1, play. I'm already playing. Yeah, I like how he actually went into. It's like barely moving.
Yes.
Oh,
Barely
like
any health loss, barely any focus loss. And this is with 4 dragons pounding on him simultaneously. So I don't think it's a problem that the pets are doing all the work, because this is just a solo character out here with just himself. No pets, no nothing, no health loss, no focus loss. He's just going to town while these 4 dragons are continually pounding on him. So I think that sort of debunks Zealot's point. I stopped it because that was awfully loud.
Yeah.
But I
Well, at
think
one
that,
point in time, he goes into first person view.
yeah. But I think that pretty much debunks the whole the tamers are, letting their pets do all the work concept. And again,
Yes.
we covered that.
And he also did send me videos on like killing dragons in one hit.
Yeah, I have that as well as and I kill dragons fast. Yeah.
I'd like to have that. I'd like to have that sword or bow.
It's not called sword or bow. It's called getting your skills proper and knowing how to do it when you stack everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did I ask him? No, that was another comment. That was with Steve, actually. I was talking with Steve about the next topic. And this gets really interesting. Again, another video that we previewed for you guys and gals out there was the Ravlocks and the 200 cap stat cap that was out there. And Steve PM'd me about this and says, because he missed us on Monday, and that he was going to be posting commentary, and then he of course shared that with us. So that would be our first topic from the forums today. So let's see what kind of I'm just gonna let Jack take it from here, and I'll let you guys and gals be the
adventurer
deciders.
level 200 Ravlocks, please respond. As probably the player that puts in the most hours, 10 plus a day, per day, most days getting extremely wore out trying to maintain 2 billion per month, which you might think is a lot, but I will be 130 years old by the time I reach adventurer level 200 at the rate I am currently earning XP. So changing the cap on adventurer level seems to me to be extremely pointless. As any youngsters out there might make it by the time they are 80 years old. If you do the math on the 1,725 billion, divide that by 2 equals 862.5. Divide that by 12, and that is 71.875 years. That's real life years, not soda years.
And that's
I
real
seriously
math,
doubt,
not soda math.
I seriously doubt that I will earn faster, especially as you are not doing any double XP sessions, which more helps the production than the adventurer level, as you have attenuation reachable without double XP. Even though you mentioned removing attenuation, suggestion remove it now anyways, doubtful I will get much higher than 180 to 85 in adventurer level at best, unless you bring in new content that earns a lot more XP and no attenuation. Or I can get my brain put into a robot body to carry on playing. Also, what does it matter if anyone did reach the cap? Congratulations to them for putting it in time. The game is fantastic, just needs some polishing and bug fixing and new content. Messing with the mobs will just put players off. You want to make things more difficult? Fine. do it in some new content. I welcome the challenge, and I still have yet to explore most of what is already in the game. Please, please, please do not mess up the current content or move any goalposts. I'm going to take the rest of my life to get anywhere near the caps. And then having a 200 cap on adventure level and producer level and skill means that I always have goals. I don't think they ever meant for people to do max out.
No, they're trying on skill
Rab
levels.
was talking about increasing it, which seems a bit ridiculous when it would take almost 72 years to reach 200 adventurer level. I would have to say,
How
I'm
many
going to agree
MMOs
with
last 72 years?
the people that sit there and grind all fucking day long are probably the ones that really know how much time needs to be invested.
Well, that would be Steve. And what did you just say, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah, how many MMOs have lasted 72 years?
None so far.
None. We're pushing, 30 now on Ultima Online, finally?
Yeah, precisely. And is that going to last? Is that going to die a death eventually?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the fun part there isn't the skill cap at 125?
Yeah, and again, we're going to get to that in a minute, but
120 skill cap.
Yeah.
On a few skills, but not all of them.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're limited to 700 skill points.
Well, we're going to get to that,
Where
so
you
don't jump ahead.
Yeah, I suppose if some people get there, then they could think about raising it. I know that I'm no danger of ever reaching it, even for one skill, except in offline mode. Edit, I wish I had more time to play like you.
Yeah, and speaking of which, for the grinders, I think Steve is probably the most grinding person that we know, getting, what do you get, about 1 billion a month, you said?
4
2
billion?
billion a month this year so far, but it is tiring.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can maintain it. I might have to drop down to 1.5 billion or something.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. Seems in place to post this, but totally agree. Which is a 2-minute long video.
Okay, so shall we play this? I haven't played it yet.
I have not played it yet either, and we are clicking start in 3, 2, 1, start.
Okay. So far, just the Shroud of the Avatar logo. It's a real exciting video so far.
Maybe that's the whole point.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I hadn't looked at it, but yeah.
Yeah, just scroll right to that. It's just that and nothing else, I think.
Yeah, that's all it is. I scrolled out to the end. That's all it is. There is nothing in this video. That's funny.
What?
It's just the Shroud of the Avatar logo for 3 minutes. That's all it is.
No, it's a song.
Oh, I don't have any audio here.
Yeah, I've got the audio, so you were talking all over it, but it's still has that. Hear you.
Yeah,
To be fair, I haven't actually looked at it.
Yeah, it's a song about Ravlox raise the cap and some other shit. But let's go with Ebe Taraxacum, or Conjurer Dragon. If people would routinely be able to max out adventure and skill levels at 200, then they lose one of the incentives of playing as in improving one's own avatar. Conjurer, do the virtues in game actually do anything realistically? Furcadia will be there first. Yeah.
What's up, Rustic?
Hi, Rustic. If they made it easier for casual players, then the insane power levels would probably have all the skills at 200 and clamor for a raise of skill limit. Compared to the start of the game, the XP earned already is twice as high, and being able to do all the starting areas instead of just one means players can, from quests in the starting areas alone, reach level 40 before they even leave the last starting area, which makes everything far easier than in former times. Remember, all the starting players all go to one zone. They don't have a choice of the 3 zones, and
Anymore, yeah.
they're dispersed across the map. So how many newish below level 60 players have gone to the other 2 starting zones in the last 5 years?
I'm guessing if they actually read and followed,
2.
all the quest lines, then most people would,
No. Remember, the starting zones are the outskirts, not the cities of Highvale and the other one.
Pretty sure I haven't visited
Blood
the
River.
others.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, of course.
No.
Yeah, I have been to
But
Blood River.
they don't send to the outskirts. Remember, the outskirts are now technically the starting areas.
Yeah. Yeah, true. But let's finish Conjurer before I comment on something here. As long as I don't lose my train of thought.
Having all the plus learning buffs from the learning fountain in Atos to the cookies, cakes, and mentoring makes it way faster and cheaper. Less action needed to raise crafting skills that would use materials to level up. So much that I have seen players quick level aliases, and even new players who stop playing the normal game to quick level for some perceived end game while losing the mid game zones as interesting playgrounds. I would not see the high levels from a mathematical way like Steve, but as simply as a soft limit instead of a hard cap. Leveling slows down even more until a crawl, and players use that to concentrate on skills they actually find interesting instead of leveling skills across the board to get at least a little bit of variation in avatars.
Right. So let's talk for a minute about skill levels. Adventurer, not counting the adventurer level. Now, first off, when Steve brought this topic up to me, I asked him what his current adventurer level was, okay? And he just he's at 154. So he's still a far way from even looking at the 200 cap. I mean, you got to get maybe to the 180 before you even, and even then with diminishing returns and the multiplier is needed. Again, I think Steve's math of, 70, 80 years is pretty much correct. And that's from where he is now. Is that correct, Steve?
No, it's if you scored 2 billion a month every month from start, you would take you almost 72 years to reach 200.
From start. Okay. Second off,
bear in mind you can't earn 2 billion at the start.
Yeah. If we had stayed with the originally planned skill set, it would have taken you approximately 1 Earth year, 365 days, to get from 0 to 100.
That was Chris making that statement, not fucking understanding his own game and how XP or even the...
Well, again, this wasn't just Chris. This was the team, because, again, a city lot was supposed to take a guild of at least 10 to be able to pay taxes on a city lot originally, if you recall.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that is all shit from early access.
I
And
understand
the
that.
first GM after launch was done in what,
Matter of
3
days.
to 7 days
Yeah, matter of
for the
days.
first person to get the very first 100 skill level.
Yes.
Um,
Until and it didn't take long. And then, as we have seen and we have spoken about, and as Conjurer points out here, with the availability of potions, with mentoring,
yeah.
with other things, having a nice bunch of stuff in the game.
Phone, Lomir, phone.
Yeah, that was my mom
Was
calling.
me.
Is gotta just text her real quick. But yeah, she blew my train of thought there too. But yeah, again, initially it was supposed to take a long time.
What's the mom for? Eh?
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, and I've got a massive bone of contention with this next comment from Ravalox.
Yeah, well, this is where we're gonna get into the tea here.
Yeah. Just a reminder that this is a classless game that was not designed to have players even know what their level was. I'm going to stop there and say bullshit. If he's talking pre-release 10 or so and pre-release 8 as far as their design strategy, because they were showing adventurer level and skill levels when Laz started playing in release 13, and I remember seeing them in earlier releases when the releases were up for a weekend and then down. Now, Rustic was actually on the team, and he could probably answer definitively, were they supposed to actually hide the skill level and adventurer level? Because that shit has always been part of displayed settings. Now, the one thing that they always intended to hide was your virtue level.
All the virtues. Now,
The
as I
virtue
recall,
level was supposed to be hidden.
as I recall, back in pre-release, there was a big discussion / argument from the player base of not being able to
Yeah.
see your adventurer and producer levels. And at that point, they decided, because initially it really wasn't in there, but before we went to actual full-blown release, the decision was made to put it in under that where it is now. But it wasn't in there initially before release, as I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But
Your pool size, Tina. Initially, in
yeah.
pre-release, it wasn't supposed to be, but people were like, how do I know where I'm at? You know, people, and that was before they took the stance of,
Yeah, but pool size is not skill level or adventurer level.
well, skill level was always there because, you know,
Well, it is
going
if
up
you
and
leave all
going
the
down.
pool in there.
I'm talking about the actual pool.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you
Yeah,
don't
but-
level any skills left or locked them all at the start, your
Yeah.
pool would just say only your adventure
All
level.
right, hang on, I gotta take this.
But I will say that Ravalox is misremembering those statements as far as the original design related to adventurer level and skill level. And he might be confusing it with things like virtue level and your virtue stat.
Are
Most
you
people
saying
didn't
that
know
the
what,
service should be moved to an old folks home?
Well, I'm going to say that there might be some very poor historical memory related to things, because we have heard Ravalox make shit up very frequently, right?
Well, I stopped
And
watching this
say,
stream, but I got fed up with the bullshit.
so with Ravalox, so the institutional memory is very flawed coming from the institution.
Yes, indeed.
So let's get back to Ravalox's comment.
He's making this up as he goes, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's making up the history and everything else up as he goes as well. Because it has no meaning other than being an arbitrary artificial gate. Chris is the one that was actually going through the math and showing people, okay, at 40, 80, 100, and then diminishing returns, while XP is doubling every time. And so blah, 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 and showing all the math on streams like that. Just found the post discussing no displayed character level, August 5th, 2016. That is 2 years before release, and that is release what, 7?
Yeah, Bytor, go ahead and throw that link in there.
Throw that in there, because that is like release 5, 6, 7.
No, not in 16.
Or no, it's before 13.
13 was in 2014, dude. 13 was when I came into the game, when they went full time. That was December of 14, I believe.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see if Bytor can post that link into chat. You may have to give him permission.
I think.
Well, actually, we'll see it even
yeah,
if he posts
we'll
it.
be able to see it, even if nobody else can. Yep, there it is. Let's copy
Post it on the
this.
forum for Rap to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adventure. Is there a way to be able to tell your adventure? So if not, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's scroll down here and look for an official response. Okay, so /stats.
I don't see.
And then there's a
on the
video.
first page.
There's a video how to get your okay from Skeggy. It was hinted at during the telethon we would see more on character doll cross his fingers.
I'm on page 2 and I see no official response yet.
Yeah.
Page 3, any official response?
No.
No official response.
Yeah.
Although I'm seeing some really old names there, but yeah.
Oh yeah. But
all right, before we continue with Ravlox, you know what time it is, Jack?
You click
Howdy do time.
That closes. Yeah.
Time to see if Lomir gets lucky.
2020. And hey, I may have been remiss in calling Ravalox out for
Conjure
that
Dragon.
Institutional memory thing. But the adventure level, character level, that the skill levels we've always been able to see. But boom shakalaka, got my streamer bundle.
Grab spoon.
What?
Grats, boom.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Boom.
Yeah. And I mean, there is a comment in there about Chris hinting about more shit being visible on the character doll. It's like, hello. At that time, Chris was just the tech director, not the CEO, and he could have easily been overruled by the other members of the team as far as what data they wanted to show on the character doll. Because at the time, Richard was still involved with the project. Okay. Where are we at? Back to Ravelox.
Yeah. First off, yeah. When you reach an adventure level,
nothing
like,
changes.
yeah, but yeah, is he just talking about? Yeah, I guess the regular. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, other level.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You're
don't get
thinking skill level.
you don't get any notifications, but yeah, what does that
Well,
got
you
to
do
do with
you
the
do
price
get
of
a
tomatoes? Is what I'm.
you do get
really
a
getting at.
notification that your adventure level changed.
Do you?
Miscellaneous gives you all the notifications.
Ah, so you
Yeah.
do. It just doesn't pop anything up. So yeah, okay.
It's
As soon as you've got miscellaneous chat active, it will say you have reached this level, or you have done this on your frenzy or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it pops up: adventure level, production level, the word.
But yeah, the point being there is you probably should have some kind of system like that, letting people know that you did that, but we don't. Anyway, moving on. Next paragraph. This is where I told you
in
you were
other
getting ahead of
games,
yourself. Yeah.
including UO, you can only apply a certain number of points into skills, forcing the players to pick and choose to create a build. Soda doesn't restrict the player in that way, though there are other mechanisms in place to discourage putting XP into all of the skills at once.
No, there's not.
Attunement being one of them. Now, that doesn't discourage people applying points all over the place.
Or into one skill.
Characters.
Or into one skill all at once, as he says. Does not do that. Yeah, absolutely does not do that.
So Laz, if I want to level life and death magic, which are two opposing schools, I can do so at the same time, as long as you avoid the life warding or death warding skill. That's what affects attunement. Otherwise, attunement is just the number of points that you have invested in that skill, the top 10 divided by 10 or something like that.
Yep.
Hello. If it should take into account the opposing school, and if you have points in the opposing school, then it should reduce that attunement. But Shroud math being Shroud math, it only goes up unless you invest in the warding skill.
Yes. Now, shall we go over and bring up our skill trees? Let's do that right quick, because as you'll notice, and I'm sure Jack is the same way, I have GM'd life across the board with the exception of resurrection because I stopped at 72. I could just easily get to 100, but you know, all you need in resurrection really is one, as we've learned. And I have got a 100 attunement for 100 and everything across the board in life except that. But you'll notice that specialization and warding have absolutely nothing in them. Never even learned them. Okay?
Yeah.
And then if you go over to death, my death attunement is 50. And if I probably max these all out to 100 because I was going death mage until they nerfed the shit out of it and decided that it wasn't worth it anymore. But you also notice that I never learned magic specialization or life warding in either of those skills.
So Laz, I have an extra special one for you
Oh, what's
because
that?
I have warding enabled on my live tree, and I just posted that in the entire wrong Discord.
Oh,
Um,
I don't see
How
it.
much did it all up?
hold on. I posted that in wrong Discord channel.
I
So
figured.
that's my death. And here's my life tree where I actually have, and you can bring up these two pictures, 62 points invested in death warding in the life tree. And you know
Okay.
what my death attunement is?
Minus 62.
What? Shroud math? So the only time that attunement actually negatively impacts the other skill is when you do what?
Yep.
Invest in the warding skill.
And does that exactly match your warding skill? Looks like it does.
Yes, it does. It
Yes.
exactly does.
Warding is 62. His attunement is negative 62. Yeah, look at that.
Huh.
Imagine that.
Shroud math.
But if you don't
Whereas
use warding, you can go all the way up. You know, as I noticed that you have a little bit more in your life tree. You're at 107.2 for your attunement compared to my 100 in the life tree.
Yeah.
My lowest
So-
attunement is 100.
Yeah.
Anyway, back
But
to
if you take the
Redbox.
10 top skills and did that math, it would probably break down to 107 points. But so Tina, with the it originally did that. No, that was the plan. That was the discussion, but it never really did that.
Yeah, it was, you know, well, we're going to get to
the
some
discussion.
Yeah, hold on. We got to get to the end of this topic because we'll get to that point also. Yeah.
Yeah. But Rav is completely wrong about attunement until you get to the warding skill. This aspect makes tying progression to level moot. It's not mute. Moot.
Yeah,
the only reason the adventure level has a capital currently is because software needs variables and arrays defined. I could make that number 1000 and it would not change a single thing. The game does have balance issues. This is known, and for that reason, one of the caps or attenuation will be changed, eliminated, or removed until a balance has been properly addressed, as was stated during the live stream. Is this similar to how you're going to undertake a couple of projects for balance, and you were going to start with the crafting and do a crafting balance pass and fix a bunch of things to actually make it more
what has it been? About 2 years
stable?
on that crafting balance?
2.5 years?
Something like that.
Yeah. And so this was what, 3 years ago, that 2.5, 3 years ago, when he announced that, hey, we're going to do a combat update and fix the combat math and things like that. And yeah. A failure to deliver.
So
And
should
please
we
review.
Yeah, should we do that?
Oh no, it's just a link to the entire live stream.
No. Please review the live stream queued up to when I discussed this.
Okay, so let's click play in 3, 2, 1, play. And mine starts off at 0 minutes in.
I had a funny feeling that was going to happen. Yeah, he didn't
Shroud
queue it up
logic.
right.
Yeah,
you queued up
link
really
the
well.
Timestamp.
Yeah,
You
so
too can go watch that 4-hour-long video.
That was a fail. So let's move on to Psycho.
Psycho, I approve this message, but I do think attenuation was a silly band-aid for an issue that didn't exist in the first place. That being a panic mode being put in place when a player starting hitting 1 million XP an hour. I don't understand how a mechanic put in place in a game that encourages people to stop playing is a good thing.
I agree.
I don't agree with people leveling faster at all. I just don't like discouraging not playing the game. Psycho, I'm going to go with this is the case of all of their development conversations were half-ass implemented.
Well, let's see who gets the blame for that, because it's coming. It's coming.
Okay.
he
Here's
throws
Rabbit.
everybody under the bus here, buddy.
Player pacing
Not my
is
fault.
game design 101. The pacing in Soda is broken, but it is repairable. The game should not have had any hard caps or even soft caps that cause player behavior to change during gameplay. I mentioned on stream about One and Only and how much we miss him being on the team. If I had one wish, it would be getting enough income to hire him back, even if part-time, to help address the balance in some of the more complicated issues. I agree. This ties with what I've been talking about with regards to the scope creep that previous management started and then could not stop.
Chris.
Well, that would be the previous management would be Chris, Richard, and Star.
Tech director,
Or Chris. Yeah, Chris was the tech director.
Yeah.
And the current owner. Once that ball started rolling, the operation went into a never-ending catch-up cycle, and truly important work was not done. The current team has found features partially done, bugs that should have never made it into production, and things like books partially published. Most of all, there should have been a dedicated task force working on the major bugs, starter areas, and game balance. Yes.
We'll bring this up right here at the end when we get to the end of all this.
We have called this Shroud of the Half-Assed for a long time, or I have.
Shroud of
for
the
a
Avatar.
long time. Because of things that were original proof of concepts that, hey, we're going to go fix these things at a later date. Here's your proof of concept. And no one ever going back and fixing them.
Indeed.
Or fully fleshing them out. That would be half-assed development. Here's your proof, minimal viable product, and we'll fix it later.
The usual fuck it, let's do it live.
Yes, fuck it, we'll do it live. Here's something. I'm going to say this. Who the fuck was responsible for putting in the sneak scene that does not use the in-game mechanic of sneaking?
Well, that was Sanyo.
Sanyo, but who was leading the team at that time?
Ravlox.
And doing all the live streams? Ravlox. I mean, you're going to blame the previous administration for half-assing things, yet you have half-assed them even more.
Oh no, he has not.
He's the one that approved that shit.
I'm sorry. Again, maybe it got an approval from him. I don't know. We don't know the answer to that. But Ravlox has got nothing done as far as I'm concerned.
That's because he's not writing the code for things.
As Tina points out, nothing is getting done except moving rocks. That's not Chris. Yeah. That's Ravlox. And again, that's all we're getting these days. That and Ali adding all the new stuff for, more gift boxes, more plants, more flowers.
Yes.
That does not create game content that is relevant as far as I'm concerned at this point. Again, um, let's go back to the crafting overdue. Like crafting redo. 2.5 years, 2 years, whatever it's been. The lava rooms, the dungeon rooms for the fire elementals, the Lord of the Isle final reward that he's supposed to be getting, the Oak Island
All right.
wannabe with the dungeon that is now 2 years in the making. He hasn't delivered on any of it, so he's not
No.
half-assing it. He's just not delivering any of it.
Oh,
As yeah,
failure to
Come on,
deliver.
come
yeah.
on. You don't want a bouquet of flowers?
I mean, at this point, I would
Yeah.
take halfway done compared to nothing has been actually put into the game. Again, 2019, quarter 4 should have been episode 2's release. Here we are in first quarter of 2026. Actually, we're in the second quarter of 2026, and still no episode 2. And we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of that right here in a minute once we finish this commentary.
Yeah, now I gotta go find it because I was looking for fun things on the forums.
No,
The
I gotta go
announcement
find some
page
meat
related
and
to
potatoes.
the balance phase 1. Where was I at? As you all know, I've said that we can't fix all the things overnight, but our goal is to move things forwards. The more support we get from the community by way of subs, quotas, and the like, of course, but also in spreading the word and helping to retain the players who come check us out. We have to be able to ramp up production.
Steve with the sub. Thank you, Steve.
Yes.
Keep going, guys.
All right.
The attenuation band-aid should have only lasted for 6 months at the most.
Should have never been included at all.
No. If balance was addressed earlier, we could have then paid better attention to things we want to add into this game. At this point, we must address the balance issues before adding new systems.
2 years waiting. The crafting balance.
Waiting. I have a list. All of it was I found is mirrored in posts in this forums, though you won't see me comment on anything in particular. I am watching, and we are aware. Yeah.
Because I can't promise anything because I never get anything done. I don't know.
Failure to deliver. As I'm sure most players know, there are at least 4 segments of any community that feel that 4 different things on that list should be number 1. We will continue to address as much as we can, as soon as we can, without returning to the instability of old. How many times has he talked about the instability of like the servers and the hardware in the game before?
Yeah. It was
the only time there's been outages, Ravalox was in control of things.
Can I say something? I've been playing this a little over 2 years, and it seems to be getting worse and worse with characters seizing up and doors not opening when they should or straight away and taking their time. It just seems to be getting worse.
Kicking people out. You're disconnected when loading into a zone.
Yeah, but I'm just noticing doors, like you click on them, they should open. You click on them and then you're waiting 5 seconds for it to open.
Yeah.
Or opening chests, especially if it's a full chest, it takes quite a few seconds to open up.
I mean, that's because it has to load all the items in that chest.
Yeah.
All 300 items.
Yeah, that I can understand, but a door should not take 5+ seconds to open.
It still shouldn't take that long to open a chest with 300 items.
You're absolutely right, but let's see. Just real quick.
Yeah, you have, and that's not how it works. You have to deliver to then you get people. This is the height of entitlement participation trophy bullshit. Failure to deliver. Episode 2 we've been waiting on since it was slotted for Q4 of 2019 or 2018.
Yeah. So
2019.
let's
Q4 2019.
let's address what happened in Q4 2019. You'll see that post that I put in Discord, and we're going to bring this up because let's talk about the previous administration. What does this say? Who owned Shroud of the Avatar?
Shroud of the Avatar. In October 2019, the assets of the game were sold to Catnip Games, a company owned by Portalarium CEO Chris Spears. Development has also transferred from Portalarium to Catnip Games.
And who is the CEO of Catnip Games?
Or who's the owner of Catnip Games today?
Yes.
Chris Spears.
So Chris Spears sold the game to himself, as you know. This is coming straight from Google, by the way. I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
But October 2019. What quarter of 2019 was that?
Third.
October?
Well, I mean, the beginning of the fourth quarter.
It was
But
the
remember,
fourth quarter.
in
That's
October
right.
2019 is not. That's when he announced that
And
it was
again,
sold to him.
that is sort of a fallacy. Absolutely correct, because we know that the assets were actually sold in January of 2019.
Yes.
And they kept it quiet. They kept it under wraps, and they did not disclose it until SodaCon 2019 in October, when we went out to Texas to have our annual convention, which that was the last year we did it after they pulled the rug out from under a whole bunch of us. And, you know, it just, well, then COVID hit also. So I'm not just blaming it on that, but.
Well, okay. Remember the COVID excuses for why certain things were pushed.
Yeah.
When they had some people working from home prior to that, because Scotty would sometimes work on things at home, and some of the other developers would as well but before that, you'd already had a layoff where half the staff was terminated due to the fact that a cash call to Travian went unanswered.
So I'm just looking for
then they did the seed invest.
When he was supposed to do updated stuff. And again, website, login, server, schedule maintenance, March 18th, 2024 was one of the other ones. And of course, data center outages, but another thing not delivered. House repair, new house development phase 1 was also back in June 2024. Another undelivered. You know, haven't seen you know, any new houses come in. You know.
Well, I mean, what about the developer work blog? I mean, that was last updated 2 months ago.
Already, yeah. You know, and in this post, originally we aimed to create a smaller version of the Lord of the Isle mansion. However, two things occurred last year when this effort was to start. Scotty had medical issues, and and there was something else. But anyway, you know, he built the Red Barn instead of the current Lord of the Isle smaller house. But anyway, it is time for us to wrap things up for today. And of course, again,
I'm trying to find the balance pose as far as the announcement of that project, starting with whatever. But it is time for us to get out of here. I'm supposed to be in a meeting. Morgan going to be getting a streamer bundle from me.
Yeah, I have it here, but there's quite a few with that but we'll maybe talk about that on Friday. Closing out the streamer bundles, Morkin getting my streamer bundle. Congratulations, Morkin. And thank you to Steve. We'll have an extra game key to give away here at this point. So I'm going to close out the game key winners, pick our first winner, and our first winner is
Hold on. Tina got a $15 game.
Knight Rider. Knight Rider, you're going to get yourself a copy of 9 Years of Shadows on Steam. And let us see what that is valued at. 9 Years of Shadows.
99.
$20 game currently on sale for $7, 65% off. So that's going out to Knight Rider. Congratulations to you. And everybody, thanks Steve for this one. As we go pick another winner. And Morkin, you are going to get the next game key courtesy of Steve. And that's going to be End Zone, A World Apart on Steam. And that is currently...
I got to get on a call.
All right, we're going to get Jack out of here first. So say goodbye, Jack.
I think he's
Jack?
gone.
He's still in Zoom, but I guess he really had to jump on that call. So Jack is gone. And
There you go.
End Zone, A World Apart is currently $250, 90% off the $25 retail value going to Morkin. So congratulations, Morkin. Congratulations, Knight Rider. And thank you to Steve. Thank you to Hamnu for the raid today. And thank you all for joining us here each and every day. We do appreciate you guys and gals. And we will be back with more here on Friday. Nom, 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 my Doritos. Thank you, Tina. Till then, I'm Laz. Jack had to run.
And I'm Steve.
Lomir.
And Jenzik.
And this is NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all on Friday.